In this video, we will walk through performing audits using Smart Audit and highlighting the key features that make it effective. Log into your Smart Audit account. Let's dive into getting started with auditing this job. You can easily track its status here and even set sub-statuses under label for more efficient tracking. Click on the job name to open the engagement. Begin from Section A, Client Acceptance and Continuance Procedures. Each subsection is categorized to address different aspects like engagement terms, due diligence, technical capabilities of the firm, independence. The format of minutes of meeting with the client is given, specifying the general discussions which should be documented. For each task, there is an info icon which describes in detail about the step. Attach relevant files or supporting documents at each task level. The attached file will be shown here. Wherever required, you can add comments. In instances where additional tasks are deemed necessary or redundant ones require removal, Smart Audit has flexibility to do that. You can add, delete, or edit the tasks. Every edit or delete is logged in file activity, providing an audit trail for future reference. Once all tasks are diligently completed, the user can mark the section as prepared. However, before proceeding, Smart Audit performs a final check to ensure that no tasks remain unaddressed. You can click on Have a Look and see which tasks are not filled up. Once marked prepared, the system will log the details of who has marked prepared and when it was marked. On the home page, you can see the real-time progress of the section. There is a feature to temporarily lock subsections. This can be used when you need uninterrupted access, whether you're actively working on a section or conducting a thorough review. Simply lock the subsection to ensure exclusive access until you're ready to unlock it. During the review process, the reviewer can add review points directly within the platform and assign it to the team member to facilitate seamless internal communication. There is dedicated Review Points tab where you can add comments, resolve review points, and track the status and progress of each review point. You can trace the review point in Audit Program by clicking on the section link. Similarly, all the documents which are appended to the task can be managed from the dedicated Attachment tab. Each document can be reviewed and signed off individually. The appended documents or review points can be traced from the home page itself. Now we will see the section B, which is risk assessment and devising the audit strategy. Before that, let's upload the trial balance in the system. Locate the Financials tab and click on Trial Balance. The steps to upload the trial balance are clearly laid out. That includes downloading an Excel template and copying-pasting the management trial balance in the template, then uploading the file. This is how the uploaded TB looks like in the system. This is the account code, account name, current period numbers and previous period numbers. The audit adjustments will be reflected in the Adjusting Entries column. The system will auto-map the accounts based on the machine learning built in. In cases where it doesn't recognize, map the accounts to the respective balance sheet and P&L grouping under the classification column. When the file is rolled forward, this mapping will be remembered by the system. Also, you can select multiple accounts from the tick box and map them together. After the TB is uploaded and mapped, the balance sheet and profit and loss will be prepared. Click on the respective FS item to see which accounts are mapped to this item. There are two formats of balance sheet. One is net assets view and other is total asset and total liabilities view. Similarly, profit and loss account is also prepared and you have the option to choose from P&L by nature or P&L by function. Under the Analytics tab, the variations and ratios will be computed. Apart from financials and the analytics, the lead schedules will also be generated on upload of trial balance. Expand to see which ledger accounts are mapped to that area. Now we see how we can do risk assessment and devise an audit strategy. In the first section, we perform the detailed understanding of the entity and its environment. This involves assessing different aspects of the client like background, structure, laws and framework, etc. to identify potential risk factors. Smart Audit provides a comprehensive checklist for each aspect, allowing to conduct a detailed assessment. Once the checklist is completed, the system automatically generates a summary, categorizing the identified risk factors as high, medium, or low. The second section focuses on understanding the company's internal controls. This includes understanding of the control environment, risk assessment process, IT environment, which highlights what IT systems are being used in the company, what type of information it generates, and what is the reliability of that information. Then we have control activities. Recognizing that control activities vary across different areas, Smart Audit provides links for users to navigate to the developing audit approach of respective section and document the process flow accordingly. Here, users also have the flexibility to decide whether to conduct detailed design tests. If they opt for this, they can easily enable it to document the detailed tests for thorough evaluation. Similarly, the process flow can be completed for all the sections. Then comes the risk subsection where you can assess the financial and assertion level risk. The system will summarize the risk factors accumulated in B1 tab and present it in risk section to ensure that these are considered in the risk assessment. This is the financial statement level risk, which are pervasive in nature and does not affect particular area but financials as a whole. The system has pre-populated risks which are generally prevalent in an SME. For each risk, the inherent risk likelihood and magnitude can be selected that gives the inherent risk level. Select control risk level as high, medium, low where you plan to perform the test of operating effectiveness. Else keep it not applicable. Based on the inherent risk and control risk level, the system will give the risk of material misstatement. Significant risks and fraud risk can be highlighted by clicking on SR and FR. The risk added by the system can be edited or removed, and more risks can be added. The system allows users to customize the risk assessment table according to their needs. Users have the option to hide the controls view if they're not adding controls. Additionally, users can select or deselect columns based on their preferences, ensuring that the display meets their preferences. Users have the ability to enhance their risk assessment process by adding comments to provide justifications. Based on this, select the overall financial statement level risk as high, medium, low, which will have an impact on the materiality. In the next tab, we address assertion level risk, which pertains to specific sections of the audit. To streamline this process, Smart Audit provides links that direct users to document their assessment directly within the respective section. This approach ensures that risk assessments are seamlessly integrated into the relevant areas. Once documented, the system automatically summarizes the risk assessment, providing an overview in assertion level risk. Then comes the areas including the review of statutory records, variation and ratio analysis, and fraud risk assessment. Following these, we move on to determining materiality, a key component in the audit process. To establish overall materiality, users select a benchmark and justify the reason for the same, upon which the system provides a recommended materiality range. Users then have the flexibility to input the specific amount of overall materiality based on this range. Once overall materiality is set and the financial statement level risk is determined, the system calculates the performance materiality for each section. Users can either select the combined assertion level risk to derive the calculation or utilize the performance materiality calculated for each assertion. In the next step, we focus on devising the overall audit strategy and section-wise audit approach. For the overall audit strategy, we outline the scope of the audit, including deliverables and timeline, key areas of focus, significant judgments, going concern assessment, and any necessary expert involvement. Then comes the evaluation of team for competencies and capabilities and estimating the budget of the engagement. Moving on to the section-wise audit approach, click on the link to design approach for the respective section. We align our strategies with the assertions identified in the risk profile. The assertions selected in the risk profile will be populated in the approach. Here, users select the methodology for each assertion and map the specific tests from the list of tests to be performed or add the test. This detailed planning is summarized in the Audit Strategy tab. Grayed out assertion indicate assertions that have not yet been covered by any tests. This feature facilitates quick identification of gaps in the audit approach. For quick review, user can expand and see the audit approach summary here. Users can document the minutes of the engagement planning meeting to record key discussions, decisions, and action items from the meeting directly within the system. Now, after any section is complete and the partner signs off on a section, it automatically becomes locked for editing by the team. This ensures the integrity and finality of the approved work. However, should changes be required, the partner retains the ability to unlock the section, allowing necessary modifications to be made. Users can track the status on the home page. So here we complete the planning part, which includes client acceptance and continuance, risk assessment, and devising the audit strategy. For the financial statement section, the lead schedule is prepared by the system at the time of upload of the TB. And developing audit approach is done at the time of planning section by navigating through the links. So we move directly to the fieldwork. The tests selected in the audit approach will be highlighted in the tab and rest will be shown as not applicable. Let's dive into the structure of each test within Smart Audit. Regardless of the specific test, they all follow the same format for consistency and ease of use. Firstly, we address sampling, determining how many samples need to be tested. For firms with their own methodology, they can input the details directly. Alternatively, Smart Audit offers an inbuilt sample size calculator, simplifying the process by generating sample sizes based on entered population details. Select the size based on methodology, that is, whether only TOD is performed or combining with analytical review or test of controls, or both. Next, we outline the test steps, detailing how the test should be performed. Users simply indicate whether each step is completed or not. Customization of steps is possible to accommodate specific requirements or procedures unique to the audit. Additionally, users have the capability to attach supporting documents. Following the test steps, users document test samples using a standardized format provided by Smart Audit. This ensures uniformity and thoroughness in test documentation. During the testing process, users may encounter misstatements, which they can add in the respective test. This is how each audit test is structured in Smart Audit. There are more than 60 substantive tests built into the system. More tests can be added by clicking on Add option. All the identified misstatements are accumulated in the Conclusion tab. Here, users can compare these misstatements with the performance materiality to assess their impact. Smart Audit generates a draft template for designing disclosure notes. This template, derived from the trial balance, serves as a foundation for adding further disclosures as needed to meet the company's requirements. Smart Audit generates a draft template for designing disclosure notes. This template, derived from the trial balance, serves as a foundation for adding further disclosures as needed to meet the company's requirements. User can add more notes in the form of table and text. All the drafted notes gets compiled into a report draft, under the Drafting tab, which can then be downloaded in a Word format. Finally, we reach the completion procedures phase, to finalize the audit effectively. The completion procedures are broken down into subsequent events, general steps, evaluation of misstatements, minutes of meeting, etc. Next, under general steps, we cover a range of crucial tasks. This includes assessing significant developments since the planning phase, reviewing the company's going concern status, and reassessing our independence and materiality thresholds. There is also a feature to compile critical audit highlights under key matters for easy reference, ensuring that no important matter is overlooked. The matter can be assigned to the team member and priority can be set. This ensures that high-priority ones are appropriately addressed. All the critical matters can be tracked under the Review Points tab. Comments can be added to document how these have been disposed. Each matter can be concluded selecting the conclusion from the drop-down. So, that's how you navigate through the audit process using Smart Audit, from planning right through to completion.